Hey, Mal.
Ready.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Lava Crows, where we last left off. The fish didn't eat anyone. The team explored the barge of Ptah and found the treasure room. No one has gone over what the treasures are yet. Woohoo! Um, they decided to bring the ship with them to sell, and that's when uh, Zaldi revealed that he has some spell capability of trapping ships in a bottle, although apparently it's very traumatic. After which, I believe Kitlak is now going to talk to a bunch of kobolds about a potential dragon egg that they have on board.
Oh boy, forgot about that. My tabletop sim is still loading in, so give me 2 seconds on that one. Hmm.
Eh, semantics.
So is this going to start with Kitlak's speech here?
Well, you have a ship in a bottle in your hand, and the ship's chef just downed a bottle of absinthe and probably is going to be blind and numb for the next day or two.
Cool. So this sounds like an opportune time. Kitlak is going to gingerly tuck the ship. About how big is the bottle? It's like a wine bottle, right?
It's a mead bottle. It's kind of wide, um,
Yeah,
but it's a ship
but
in the bottle. For a kobold, that is a two-handed item.
it's not like so like a mead bottle is like a slightly larger wine bottle I'm envisioning, right? Like it's
Yeah,
not like a handle of rum or something, it's not huge. It's not like
no,
a
no,
growler.
no,
Okay,
nothing like
cool.
that.
All right, Kitlak, I think, would then be able to tuck it in one of the inner pockets of his coat, just very gingerly, um, trying to, just kind of pat it against itself as much as he can. Um, he is going to go down to the what's it?
Cargo hold.
Cargo hold. Yes, thank you. I've just tried to do that while remembering the password. Um, and he will just kind of wait while everyone shuffles in.
Who
And I got
else
the
is
password
joining him
wrong.
for this great meeting? Shay, you can watch from the bridge.
Cassie will join. Try to reconnect with the roots a little bit.
Genevieve is not a kobold.
It wasn't just the kobolds that were invited.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
plus
you are
Shay knows
considered
what he's gonna say, so
you are considered an officer. You can join if you'd like.
I feel like, wasn't Genevieve standing back here trying to keep an eye on the treasure or something? I forget what she was doing back in the cargo hold.
She might have been organizing the treasure up there, yes.
I think she would go just because, she does have some interest in this, maybe not dragon egg.
Suka will absolutely watch over the treasure that you have. She does not want to be a part of whatever cluster is about to be unveiled down below. Ashundo is kind of paying attention. He has a little interest. And the kobolds all come down, and where would you like them to gather?
Ooh,
Where
let's
are
see
you
if I can
giving
move
your
my
speech?
miniature. Um,
From the
I
front of the
think,
ship?
yeah, I think Kilak would go from the front of the ship. Like he'd go over there, try and like pull up a crate or something that he could stand on, and I'm sure there's like some random crate just lying around the cargo deck, and he can pull it up and stand on it to be a little taller.
And where is Cassie and Genevieve going to stand?
at the
Oh, pardon
back
me.
of the
Uh,
crowd.
Cassie will stand off to the side somewhere here.
Right, the kobolds are going to all gather. The two kids kind of sit up front, real close to you, Kitlak, um,
Mhm.
and the others just kind of crowd around. Some of them glance at Genevieve and Cassie, but finally the sort of de facto leader, the one with the scarred eye, is going to, "What's up, boss? Big meeting? Not fired."
Just 1 second. I'll address everyone when we are all here. Kilek says.
Saw
Um.
fish or saw fish. Fish,
Hmm.
fish for dinner. Need to scale. We can scale. We can
Fish for
cut.
dinner. Need to scale. That's a bit of a spoiler, but you'll have figured that out, I'm sure. Is the assembled crew here?
The kobolds are all assembled. Yes.
All right. Kitlak is going to start in a monotone. Thank you, pretend he's reading paper. Thank you for coming to our safety seminar. This is mandatory job training. I'm kidding. We don't believe in safety on this ship. We believe in surviving. And that we did. We survived our first adventure here together. Would you believe that? And we have, he reaches into his pocket and pulls out the bottle, quite the bounty on our hands to be divvied up
Ooh.
amongst the crew.
Model, model, model. The kids look like they can't wait to break the bottle and play with it.
It is indeed a real spelljammer placed inside this bottle by our good friend Ashundo. Thank you, Ashundo. Gilak's going to talk it away for easy
Ashwinda's going
transportation.
to. That wasn't me.
Oh, not Ashundo. Who did it?
Zaldi.
Zaldi. By our good friend Zaldi. Thank you, Zaldi. And Kilak is
Zaldi is
going.
not there. He is probably in the kitchen.
Yeah. Well, be that as it may. Um, Kidlak is going to tuck it away. That is not the reason for calling forth this meeting. Um, I would say at this point, Kidlak would have had the bag of holding out of his body, so he wouldn't have to hork it up in front of the crew.
You
Um,
didn't say you did, so let's see if the kobolds like what you do. How gracefully do you want to hork it up?
uh, I mean, Kitlak is just going to go, 1 second, and he's going to turn away from the crowd and hooah, just spit it up into his hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Roll me a performance check.
Yep.
Or if you want, a sleight of hand.
I feel like sleight of hand is probably the way to go. Yeah, sleight of hand's absolutely the way to go. 3 plus 6 for a 9.
You want to know the fun part, Tyler?
What's the fun part?
All the kobolds rolled a 1.
Cool.
They think you just pulled that out of thin air. The kids are clapping like, he's the magic maker.
Yes, yes, magical. And Kitlak is going to reach into the bag gingerly and pull out the dragon egg? Question mark.
And that gets a very reverent sort of hush over all the kobolds. As they all just
Now,
stare at it like it's catnip.
we have done some investigating of this, and we have determined that it could very easily be a dragon egg, as I'm sure you've ascertained. However, it has gone through a lot, magically speaking, and I am not sure if it is or ever was one, or certainly what it is now. However, what it is precious, regardless of anything. We will tend to this thing, and if it is indeed a dragon egg, we will make sure that it is well taken care of. Likely not on board this ship, but by a cadre of kobolds elsewhere, to whom we will trade it for a modest fee. We wish only the best for whatever offspring may come out of this egg, though as a ship on the astral sea we are ill equipped to house such a creature, which I'm sure is a disappointment to many of those present.
So, not our new boss, dragon boss, not our dragon.
Not our dragon, not our boss, no.
There is some disappointment. The kids especially look very disappointed, but some of the kobolds are kind of like, yeah, we don't really want a dragon boss. They still are reverent about the egg. They just don't want to take orders from what might come out.
Yeah, a possibly mutated semi dragon that will quickly outgrow this vessel. Yeah, no, that is not a good plan. Um,
So you need nest boss,
a
and
nest would be ideal. I am assured, I believe there must be some nest makers among the crew.
yes, all nest makers have two little ones. All nest makers.
Is there a responsible member of the Cobalt community present that I can hand it over to? Let me look at my notes. So I believe I have names. I mean, Zaldi is obviously not present. He's probably blind anyway right now. Um,
You hear from across the cargo deck just a
no.
hmm.
Just straight up no.
You do know it can hear you, right?
And it knows, as it's heard all of our conversations to this point, that we want only the best for it. I didn't know it could hear me, however, but I have not said anything untoward in the presence of the egg. All that I have said was that I care for the egg's best interest. And, well, getting a finder's fee for finding it and extracting it from a terrifying situation vis-a-vis a killer space fish, but I don't think the egg will hold that against me.
Mm, no, you're on a moving ship. That's what it wants.
Really? Do you have any insight as to the nature of this egg, Shundo?
Oh, it's awake. It's young. It will eat one or two kobolds along the way. It's not actually in its shell, the usual for its ilk. Still, it has some great plans and a very interesting philosophical mind.
Killa cocks his head. So you know what kind of creature this is?
It's rather obvious to one who reads the currents of the mind.
Well, by all means, don't keep us in suspense. You're sharing the vessel with this thing too.
Yes, and I would like to offer to take you with me, for when I find my new circle, you will find plenty to converse with. And you get
Uh,
the feeling he's not talking to you at all.
no. Well, be that as it may, Kitlak is going to discreetly dump the egg back in the bag of holding, tie it up, and swallow it. Be that as it may, the egg is currently in my possession. Um, and I do wish to know what we're handling here. If there's any information that you are keeping from us while on a vessel that has a vested interest in your survival, I
He
feel
waves
you would know
your
that that
words
would
away.
be
He
that
just
would be unfortunate for you.
he waves that and just goes, "You just need to know for now that it is not," and he says this to the majority of kobolds, "a dragon egg." Some of them look disappointed. Some of them look relieved. One of them did clock that he said it would eat them, and does
Hmm.
not look uh, relieved at all. Simply let it settle in the bag for a bit, and we can discuss its needs when tensions aren't quite so kobold.
All right, well, that was a bust. Kielek says, shaking his head. Still, we got a rather sizable bounty in the vessel itself, and a good dinner in the fish. Kielek shrugs. So it's still a success. Dismissed. Thank you, crew.
Hang on 1 second, I have to let the dog in. I'm sorry, Mom needed some help.
That's fine. So, as Kitlak dismisses the assembled kobolds, he holds up a hand. Ashundo, you stay.
Well, yes, this is where I'm living currently.
I know, convenient that. Listen, you've convinced me that this egg, which cannot hear us as it's in a pocket dimension, is more trouble than it's worth, and I may very well just space the thing. I don't want dead crew. You have scant precious time to convince me not to do that if you wish to keep it yourself.
He kind of shrugs one shoulder. It is a mutation of a common species called grell.
Disappointing.
Oh no, it's this one is young but seems to have absorbed a lot of conflicting philosophical memories from its creators.
So somebody jam-packed a lot of religious hooey and philosophical nonsense into a nascent egg of what I seem to understand is some kind of tentacle brain beak squid.
Well, the egg is more of a representation that it just came into being, whether from the former crew, somewhere else, someone brought it. Clever to plant the idea of a dragon egg so that it can finally get planet side.
Hmm.
But I wouldn't recommend spacing it, as you put it.
Why not?
Do you know what a grell in the astral sea does?
Probably the same thing it does planet-side if it eats kobolds.
Technically, it would just eat their mind. But no, something like this with its mutation, I've only heard it, I've never seen it myself. they become weird beholders.
Hmm. Terrible shame that, but it sounds quite removed from being my problem. Not that I really truly want to heap this on someone else, so I believe we've upgraded from spacing this thing to throwing it into the nearest celestial body.
Oh, I could babysit for it. It's quite interesting, and conversation will keep it fed.
So you seem to have a great deal of interest in this thing. What is your purpose for it?
Stimulating conversation. Otherwise, all I have is the lovely Miss Genevieve.
And is she somehow worse than a metaphorical egg? Like furrows his brow.
I would put them on par in terms of interest. And again, stimulating conversation. Although she makes a superior tea.
Now, let's say hypothetically, if I were to let you have this egg, with consent of my officers, of course, you would ensure that no harm comes to the crew whatsoever, and
Oh,
that
yes.
any harm would be your responsibility to make right. Yes?
Oh, yes, yes. No, I would teach it the proper manners for how to handle people who are helping it. And that is
Hmm.
ultimately what you are doing, bringing it to a new home so it can learn.
And as we have ascertained, this thing is valuable to you or to other people. As tempted as I am to space the thing, I don't think I can truly give it up wholeheartedly without having some manner of compensation. 1,000 gold?
I could do 1,000 gold. And some of the fish tonight. Raw.
Done. Assuming I have consent of the crew. Kitlak is going to, meaning are Cassie, Cinder, and Genevieve there?
Yep.
Yes.
The only one
Yeah,
who's
they're
not
there.
is
Shay.
Shay. And Shay, have you been listening in?
Yep.
If Kitlak is going to turn to the two of you and says, if the two of you vote yes, then it would be a simple majority because I am abstaining. Um, do the two of you, which way would the two of you vote on this?
Do your characters know what a
Well,
grell
I
is?
have my concerns. Don't know anything about this creature. So I couldn't tell you how to take care of it or how big.
I
What
feel like, go ahead,
what kind of a role would it be to?
probably Arcana if I had to guess.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll try and roll for it.
I want to see how much Kitlak knows, so I'm going to roll for it too. I feel like he's heard at least like sailors' stories of Grell and other weirdos out there in the cosmos. That's another hot 9.
Eh, 14.
With a hot 9, what you know about grells is that um,
What,
they are
okay.
pests and they tend to paralyze their prey. Um, do they feast on flesh? Sometimes. Sometimes they just leave their prey to die paralyzed until their systems shut down as a warning. But they are known for, well, you wouldn't know. With a 9, that's all you know. Genevieve, you said
Hmm.
you got 14?
Yes.
You know about the same thing, except you know there are rumors that they can talk and that they can communicate. They just typically don't. Neither of you know exactly why it's in a shell or why it looks like that or what's going on that front.
I have to agree with Cassie. I've got some concerns. Um, I know a little bit about the grill, but my biggest concern is the paralysis. If that thing
Hmm.
takes a gander to go after any of our crew.
Well,
Oh,
that good.
well, if you are that concerned, you can leave it in the bag for now. Just take it out occasionally so I can provide it with guidance and a reminder that things are going well and that it hasn't been abandoned.
Hmm. Paralysis is not exactly desirable, but as far as these things go, it is a far cry better than just immediate death and dismemberment, which is not an uncommon circumstance with astral beasts.
It's actually an interesting mutation. This one reads minds and influences thoughts.
Influences thoughts. Kilek's going to cock an eyebrow at him.
You think he laughs? It's dry and raspy and almost like sandpaper just rubbed together. It is too young to do anything to my mind. But that is probably why you thought it was a dragon egg. Just sort of a take and protect thing.
Makes a certain amount of sense. So it's more of like a small little like nudge in the right direction as opposed to like wholesale taking over a host and making it its a little mind zombie or something.
Correct. It is
A small
too
scale
young and
like
too new.
small scale like perhaps encouraging a a space fish, a space piranha to attack us.
Unlikely. If anything, it would have been a threat. It probably simply made the predator think that it was its egg.
Makes a certain amount of sense, I suppose. Um, and I am certain, too, that if it does happen to paralyze anybody, it would be entirely reversible, assuming we have the right resources.
Oh, it is far too young to paralyze any for too long. Well, the children, but that's obvious. Their constitutions are still weak.
Yes. No exposure to the children, then.
So I suppose that I'll be making some anti-paralysis stuff.
As a precaution, I would appreciate it. I,
From the
however, have.
defenses of your tea set, you might have materials to make paralysis concoctions as well.
I would also put out there that I haven't heard either of your votes yet. No rush, but I do want to know so we can conclude this dealing.
Shay, you've heard this entire thing. Kid is completely dismissing your vote. Would you like to
No,
cut in?
Kitlak isn't really dismissing it. He's saying that if the two of them say yes, then it would be simple majority and he wouldn't have to go upstairs to consult Shay. But if one of them says no, then he would go upstairs and consult Shay.
It's She says, "Oh, the PA. Well, it's not a PA. That
Magical PA.
it's magical
Yeah.
localized PA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, it sounds dangerous to keep on the ship, but we want to make sure that if we're quote unquote getting rid of it, we do so in a mm,
Responsible manner.
responsible manner. Yes.
True, it would be bad form to attract the attention of one of the beholder nations. They are tenacious.
Which is why our best options are either to give it to you or to ditch it in a star.
If we can keep it in the bag most of the time, and if we know when it's coming out, so that way if it does what all children and younglings do and gets into trouble, then I can have some stuff ready.
Okay, I will count that as um, Genevieve confirming that she is okay with the deal.
How about tea time, Genevieve? You, me, and the young Grell, where I teach it how to properly be civilized amongst those that aid it, and you can teach it how to be a predator once we arrive at a proper planet.
Oh, yes, T and the entity.
We have a new title for our series.
Cassie, what do you think?
Like I said, I'm a little apprehensive about that, but I think that would be our best option. I can't see ejecting it not knowing if it truly will be in danger.
You're cutting out a lot.
It's
You said ejecting it, and then it got very clipped.
all right. Is it working now?
Yes.
As I was saying, I have my apprehensions, but I think that would be our best option. I can't see ejecting it just because of what we think it might do. It sounds like a moral quandary. I'm not really. Doesn't sound like something that I would like to test myself on.
And I'm not really for sure how close we could get to a star to ensure that it would go into the star. So if we do that, worst case scenario, we'd make another enemy. And I think that at least for now we have enough enemies on our tail.
Er, 1,000 gold then, and tea times until you are off the ship.
That sounds adequate. And he's going to just kind of rustle in his robes, and then that gloved hand will come out and just set 1,000 gold on the deck. And there's some instinct within you, Kitlak, that knows half of the eardrums of the kobolds on board just instinctively went directly to aim directly at the cargo hold and know there'd be gold in this there deck.
Hmm. Um, Go ahead and remind me, what is the worth or the proportion that we agreed on with the crew and the split?
Um, 10% goes to crew, 10% goes to officers, 80% is split among the players.
Okay, that sounds good. Um, I feel like it was.
You
Hmm,
also
hmm.
had 1,200 gold pieces found from the ship last time.
Okay, yes. So let me run that through the whole rigmarole.
And that
1,200.
one odd gold coin. And remember, you now have that shared ship page, so you can put the ship's funds directly do not pass go into that in D&D Beyond. Well,
Yeah.
you can't, but Malkil
Uh,
or Goldwyn, well, not maybe not Goldwyn. I don't know if Goldwyn knows how to do it, and RC can. Goldwyn, do you know how to do it?
Party inventory.
All
Could
right.
you?
So of the gold from last time, everyone gets, so it's 1200 you said. So everyone
Correct.
gets 240 gold. And 120 goes to officers, 120 goes to crew.
Consider the 120 just spent, in all honesty, and the mark on on the crew inventory, the gold. There should have been already 1,000 gold in there.
Okay.
Okay.
Um
Sorry, 1,000 gold in the party inventory for the ship.
Correct.
Yes?
Correct. So
Okay.
we just added 120 more.
Okay, so 1,120 in the party inventory, the ship inventory.
Correct.
Okay.
mhm.
Malka, I'll add it in. I'm already there.
And helpfully enough, from
Sounds good
this
to me.
1,000 that we got just now, that would be 200 per person, per us, and then it would be 100 for officers, 100 for crew. So put another 100 in the party inventory.
Okay, let me do that. And I'm going to have you go back and tell me how much I'm getting personally, because right now I'm just focused on party inventory.
Yeah, that's fine.
I believe the total you would have gotten is 440. Does that sound right?
Yes, that sounds right.
All right, now I'm ready for me. 440?
Yeah.
Correct.
Right. Added that to my notes, so I shouldn't have to guess at that. Be right back. I just got a phone call.
So I have
Okay.
1,220 in the ship inventory.
Yes, although I just realized now that the breakdown is 80% among players, 10% among officers, 10% among crew. Nothing is on ship's inventory. So I think that is what you guys contribute to the ship's inventory of your 80%. And the ship's inventory, what we just added to it, is just spent on the crew and officers. I just looked at that in the notes and realized. So go ahead and put it back to just 1,000 in the ship treasury. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Because it's you guys voluntarily input into the ship treasury. Um,
All right,
Right
because that
back.
makes the most sense.
fixed.
So Tyler, are you okay? We good?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Um, I just realized that 10% to crew and 10% to officers, none of that goes in ship's inventory. You guys donate to ship's inventory based on your 80% of winnings. How much do you want to put into the ship? I'm counting the 10% for crew and officers are spent on crew and officers, so they don't.
Yeah, I thought that was what it was, but yeah. I don't know. I think Kitlak got what he has. Let's have him throw another 1,000 in there. Like he's not
Okay,
asking anyone to kick in money towards it, but he is going to add 1,000.
1,000. So we will have 2,000 in the ship inventory. Done.
So for Genevieve, actually for everyone except Kitlak, no, Shay, you did see this. Um, so I guess just for Genevieve and Cassie, that was the first time you saw the Barge of Ptah in a bottle.
Has what's his face left?
Ashundo
Methuselah?
was in the cargo
Ashunda.
bay.
Is he's still in there?
Oh yeah, no, he's still in there. That's where he's staying for this entire voyage to
Oh,
wherever it
that's
is he
right.
decides to get off.
Cassie's gonna walk up to and go, so how'd you manage that one? I know some magics, but I don't know that magic.
It wasn't a shundo.
He misspoke. I assume it was my
She's
sparkling
talking to
presence.
Kitlak.
Oh,
Ah,
well, I didn't really do that. It was Zaldi who insisted greatly that we drink, and then he showed me what he was going to do. Took a lot out of him. He's pounding back absinthe until he's blind now for some reason.
So I'm not still attuned to the ship, am I?
Uh,
Go ahead and make an insight or arcana roll.
Can she just try and see if she can make the ship do a barrel roll?
I would strongly encourage you not to do that.
And that is how this campaign ends. Everyone goes boom. No, I'm still gonna say insight or
Arcana.
arcana. Arcana, if you want to actually make
Insight
it do
or
something.
arcana.
Insight, just to see if you're connected.
Okay, I'll do an insight. Making it do a barrel roll in the bottle though would have been hilarious. That's an 11.
And 11. Um, you picture the bottle chip in your mind. You try to reach out as a into the spell jamming helm to see if you're still attuned. Um, you're not attuned, but there's something else. A different urge. Make me a charisma saving throw.
10. Is this against magic?
This is sort of. It's magic you've agreed to be
Oh,
a
well,
part of. So,
it's charisma. It's not wisdom or intellect, anyways. Never mind.
um, you know the perfect place to keep that bottle perfectly safe, and that is in that chest with the seed bags. The seed bags will have to come out for a bit, but that is going to be the perfect place to keep it safe.
You know, I know a place where we could keep that safe.
Where would that be?
I've got a chest.
Is it a special chest?
It's padded, at the very least.
Kitlek is going to gently and reverently hand over the bottle.
I'll just go put this in the chest. That way it won't get damaged or broken until we find a place to sell it.
Please, do take good care of it.
She'll take it. And she'll head back to her station and open the seed box. And will it fit in the seed box?
Once you remove the bags of seeds, absolutely, it fits perfectly. It's just the right size.
This is gonna go great. People are gonna be so thrilled with Genevieve.
Um, Suka, since she sees Genevieve come up, is going to stick her head down into the cargo deck and. Okay, boys. So, sorry, boy and girl, cybernetic being. How do you wish to be addressed, Cassie?
Just best for you. I don't concern myself that much.
A
Fine, guy and
post-gender
doll,
icon.
guys and dolls. You gonna do anything with all the junk you brought? I only found one useful thing about it so far.
Oh, what's that?
The fishing net.
Oh, well. I suppose it's good that you found something useful. There's really nothing. Like, did we go through the whole thing?
No, you examined nothing. You got a cursory look at it, and then just said, "Chuck it on board. We'll figure it out later." Duca
Space.
decided to try and take inventory, and she
Well,
rolled poorly except on one thing.
okay. Well, I'm tempted to say space at all, but I'd rather take the time to look it over as well. Mm. Kitlek is going to kind of grumble to himself. I'll take a look at it. Just let me see.
Right,
Has
so
to
the
be
net.
something useful in there.
So the fishing net is a magic fishing net. Yay! She does jazz hands.
Does it catch magic fish?
No, but it can. It's sort of like a bag of holding. It can catch up to 1,000 pounds of fish, and it only weighs 1 pound.
That's not bad. I'm sure you could sell that.
Yeah, it's actually kind of common. Market value is about 4,000 gold pieces.
Kid like shrugs. Well, that's more than I sold that egg for.
I knew it wasn't a dragon egg. It just nah. Cassie, what are you doing? Are you going to examine the goods? What are you going to do? Same with you, Shay.
Assuming that everything else is done, I think Cassie's gonna go back to her quarters slash workshop, and do what her standing order has been to do so far. Basically, just keep working on that Spelljammer helm.
And Shay?
I think if she left, there'd be no one to run the ship because the other person went off. The other pilot just left, so I
Well,
think
you
she's
can
gonna.
still wander the ship. It's just when you're in battle, you definitely want to be in the seat. But you can kind of wander around. That's why you have a literal helm in addition to the seat.
Yeah, but then no one's actually looking out for anything.
True. So what would you like to do? Just sit there and drive?
Yeah, I think she has to.
All right. The Shuza is going to. Who? Can we get back to the actual mission that you're supposed to be on?
A shoesa.
The owl.
Oh, le shoesa. I heard it. A shoesa. Yeah.
They're talking to Shay, by the way. Or are we heading back to the asteroid to Sahel? The goods
I think you'd have
in
to
the
ask
bottom.
Captain about that.
Ooh, well, you can ask him.
Oof.
I think Kitlak and I have had enough conversation for one day.
The shoes is going to stretch their wings and so headed in back in the direction we were going.
I doubt it.
They're just going to shuffle their wings and grumble to themselves. By the way, Captain, your ship ain't moving.
Yes, he is aware. I think he's going to go up to Shay and just kind of in passing. Shay, any concerns? Anything to voice?
Our friend, our friend here has some questions.
The spowl?
I wouldn't call it to his face, right, Mr. Spall?
In response, they just dig their claws into the chair. It doesn't actually dent the chair, but if it were any other material than other than the spelljammer, yeah, that would be straight down to the bones. And looking at Kitlak determinedly as they do so.
Right. We'll continue on our present course. What are your questions? Kitlak makes a big show of remembering the name. Lechuza, wasn't it?
Just wanted to know where we're going. Kobolds
We
tend to be so scatterbrained at times.
see, that's why I'm calling you Spowl, because you start putting out specious things like that, and that is not appreciated on board my vessel.
Nor is being called a spowl.
Exactly! It's like we're both doing things to annoy the other one.
Hmm. It mutters something. What is your passive perception? Both you and Shay, for that matter.
13 for Kitlak.
Yeah, 13.
13? You think you hear something about eyes and soup. Um,
We're going on an adventure.
Quite.
to Vergon space? Or at least in that direction?
Believe that was what we consented to. It's been a while.
We
That
seem to
is
get easily sidetracked.
basically you're gonna head in that direction because it is a long. I mean, it's months of travel no matter what, so you're gonna be
hmm
making stops either way. No, you don't
Right.
have to, but because you got enough supplies, but you do. But you're gonna be at a question point of headed for uh, that space or headed over to Avishawa to try and help Cassie and whatever is in that tube.
hmm Avashawa, if I recall correctly, was past Vergon, right?
No, it's sort of you veer right for
Oh, right,
Vergon,
right.
left for
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they're
Basically, it's in the
equidistant from.
neighborhood, but they are not near each other, sort of thing.
It remind me, Avashawa, does that have any like civilization there, really? I mean, if
It
they
is
made
supposedly where Cassie's boss is from, and where others would have the technology that, well, the corporation had, and might be able to help with whatever's the Cassie in the cylinder that you nearly killed a couple times. Also, what to do about the whole Cassie and being right back in her boss's hands if she happens to die.
I think Avashkawa is unfortunately more pressing. Please set a course.
Ooh, okay.
All right,
Will
Captain.
you want to make a stop?
Oh, we'll be stopping several times.
Oh, I'm certain we will. Do you have any suggestions, though? Let's choose.
Well, you are supposed to be looking for a suitable planet for the beasts of scale and burning.
Indeed. That is also part of the plan. I assumed that one of your duties would be to notify us of any of said planets that we can survey en route.
We are in unexplored space. We will know when we find them. I
So
am here to report back.
I'm slightly confused. We're in unexplored space. We've got a heading set. Oh, whatever do we need a navigator for if not to notate and explore unexplored space?
I'm good at finding places to not go, unless you wish to run into a sargassic sea.
Hmm, rather not.
Do either of your characters know what that is?
I again, this is the sort of thing that I feel like Kilak would know either in passing or like intimately. I'm not sure, So
Uh,
I feel like I should roll for it.
I
history or arcana, I would say, for either of you.
Yeah,
I think
Arcana.
Shay's mother would have imparted some knowledge to her about the Sargasso Sea.
All right,
I
go
think
ahead
it's
and
kind of
roll it.
the same story as the Grell for Kitlak. Wow, you got a nat one. I would say, if you'd allow me, that just means that he only knows like the tallest of tales about it, and like they're wildly inaccurate and full of like embellishment. but he learned them when he was a real little kid, and so he never really had opportunity to question them as true.
What am I rolling?
Um,
History or
Arcana or
Arcana?
history? Yeah.
Of 13. Arcana.
Of Arcana. Okay. For you, Kitlak, they are legends. They are stories that you tell, that pirate captains tell others, those that they've captured or those that are new to the crew, that you will walk the plank into a Sargassic Sea, the one place in the astral plane where you could drown on nothing, where monsters roam, where ships get so mutated and twisted they come alive and torture you. It's, I mean, legends come from somewhere, but you've never actually seen one. You've never actually met someone who's ever encountered one. Like, all this talk of Sargassic Seas, like, it's a boogeyman's tale. It Sure, there are legends, but are they real? Um,
So you're here to protect us from legends.
Shay, you got a 13, you said?
Mm-hmm.
You know that they are navigational hazards. Any ship that enters the Sargassic Sea, 99.9% of the time does not exit. You don't know why. You don't know why they're called that or why ships don't leave, but yeah, they're bad places.
Yeah, it's an important function on the ship. I don't know if I'd call him a navigator, more of an unnavigator, because we're trying to not go those places.
My species is attuned to astral pathways. We find safe routes and shortcuts.
Hmm.
Do you know your way around the Sargassic Sea? I mean, if you're inside it.
No.
Killik just
See,
shakes
that
his
would be
head and
useful.
makes kind of a tut tut sound, like, I can't believe the things that people think are real.
I mean, let's put it this way, Captain. I'm not going to um dismiss what he has to say about where we're not supposed to go.
Uh, okay, fair enough.
We'll need to adjust our heading if we're headed to Avishawa. Just a bit.
So what he's saying is he needs to be on all of the where we headed now meetings, so he can tell us, or at least me and the other pilot, how to go around things.
Kitlak shrugs. Very well. Um, it appears you've got it all sorted. Avishkawa, please. Avishawa,
Uh,
excuse me.
Avishkawa is a different territory.
You'd figure it out. And Killak's just gonna walk off.
So is Avishkawa.
So, Shay, you're going to set coordinates.
Yeah. Is there a way where since we are in kind of uncharted territory where she can start making like her own map as we go, and maybe once we find where a place where we a space is known that she can kind of add it to that map.
So, the thing about the Astral Sea, their maps are in constantly shifting. A sort of magic is needed to make accurate maps, but you can make general sort of in this area is where planets roam, this area is where a star kind of orbits in the sea, that sort of thing. But yeah, you can definitely do that. Your mother definitely taught you how to do that.
And she's got the orrery, which helps her do that.
Once you're in a wild space, absolutely, you can map any wild space you enter easily.
But just wild space. Okay.
Um, while the owl sees what you're doing, or when the owl sees what you're doing, they are going to consider talking about it, pointing out some inaccuracies and pointing out more accurate information. Then instead they will fly off for a minute and fly back with one of the smaller struggling kobolds. They don't exactly being like picked up by an owl and flown through the ship, but the owl is going to deposit them next to you. Go. They can draw. You can inform. Yeah. Don't like flying, boss.
Well, we're going to be doing a lot of that.
No, don't like flying by claw. Scary.
Oh, yeah, I don't think he's going to feed you to me. I don't swallow things whole anyway. You're
Give
yeah.
them paper and an instrument to map. Oh, map? Good at map. Can map. Mapped inside ship. Made map for fun little degrinder.
Are you the drawing specialist on the ship
Yes,
among the
yes,
kobold?
yes.
What,
I'm good at drawing Warren. Yes.
what's your name?
Name name is Maps.
That's quite appropriate. Well, Maps, I think we're gonna be working together a lot on this voyage. Why don't you go ahead and do you have like a little nest or chair or cushion that you'd like to bring up and set up right here so that we can work better together?
Floor sturdy. Floor fine. They're going
You
to sit
sure?
down. Yes, boss. As long as that one don't pick up this one. It was only to get you. It's faster than calling your name, which I didn't know. Who can keep track of all the names in the universe? Maps is maps. Maps is easy.
Maps is easy. I like that. And she's gonna start slowly at first, and then once she sees that he's pretty proficient, if he is, and she'll, speed up. And I think
Uh,
over the course of several days, they'll find a rhythm.
the drawing is janky. Like they're not used to drawing on solid objects, and someone has produced for this kobold, like basically a clipboard without the clip. Um, and they aren't quite used to making stellar charts, so you are going to have to teach her how to do it a bit. I'm sorry, it is a her. I should have mentioned that. Um, teach her how to do that, but yeah, she actually like when you're trying to describe like a corridor in the astral sea, you can see that she knows what that kind of looks like.
And
Um,
she can bring up a map from the orrery, right, to kind of show her an example of like what a corridor might look like and how you
it
might.
only again the orrery only works in a wild space, so
It
like
doesn't even work.
all it shows right now is the astral sea, which is the ship and white space basically. That it doesn't show. It can't map the astral sea. The astral sea is literally too great for it for a handheld orrery to use.
She's just trying to show something her mother might have shown her.
That would have been in wild space, like or in orbit of a planet or
It doesn't
between the
have like
astral
a
sea.
it doesn't have like a map of where it's been kind of a thing.
No, but if you ever return to a wild space you have been to, it would already be in it. So you wouldn't have to
Okay.
like learn everything new. It would already be in there. Basically, if you bring it into a wild space, if you've been there, it has the information. If you haven't, it'll learn the information and provide it for you. But you can sketch while you're flying.
Could we this would be a this might be a Cassie thing. Like she would maybe want to make her own Ori with the help of others, maybe.
Make me a history check with disadvantage.
And she will use restore balance so that she does not. I think that,
Okay, roll it.
yeah, I just do it 4 times for a long rest. History, you said?
Correct.
Oh, come on. Do I have something for net ones? I have lucky, but I would have needed to because we're using 2024 years, right?
We are using the 2024 rules, but that is not fun. So what we've been doing is lucky is, as it always has been.
And you would be lucky.
Can I say Kitlack would have patted her on the shoulder and given her guidance on the way out?
No, because you left before this even started.
Yeah, fair enough. Worth a try.
Oh, I thought that was another one. 9.
9. There were there your mother part of the experiments that your parents and the crew that they were working with was to not just find new technology and develop new technology, but also find older technology. The handheld orrery is, for all that it's a family heirloom, technically brand something new. Like it's only something that's come into use 100 years within the last 100 years. There are stories of orreries that can do more. Your mother was trying, but you don't know if she actually succeeded anywhere, if she has any notes on that, if she knows where to look for it. You might be able to develop it following her footsteps, or you might be able to find it out there somewhere. If you find it old enough and powerful enough ship.
Okay, well, she'll keep that, I guess, in the back of her mind, and maybe if we come across someone that might be able to help her with that, she will look into it.
Before we get to you, Kitlak, looking over the items that you brought, I'm going to go to Cassie. Cassie, make me your Tinker's Tools rolls on that helmet. Helm.
That is a 21, I believe.
21. All right. Make
Yep,
me
21.
a perception check and an insight check.
All right, I will do it in that order. Five. 5 perception, and let's see,
You
an
get
insight.
nothing out of that then.
And 8. Yeah, that's about on track there.
It's like every time you take a look at this, you've repaired parts of it. It looked superficially damaged, but the deeper you look, it seems like there's another little tweak here or something else broken there. It's like you're missing something, but you don't know what or why. It's getting very frustrating. Then again, you haven't had much success. Maybe it's just you're remembering you're remembering all the bad times and not realizing you have made progress. You just haven't realized that you know you're taking your little wins where you are, and maybe you're doing some damage in the process. You don't know. It's not getting closer to completion, but you're feeling like you're making the right steps. Like this time, you are sure you have fixed some of the wiring. It should, in theory, now be able to attune to someone, even if it maybe implodes their brain in the process. You'll fix that next time.
Very curious indeed.
Shay would check in on Cassie every now and then just to make sure nothing's exploding. Um, and if would she note Cassie's frustration, or is Cassie pretty stoic about such things?
Cassie, being an artificer, she's got an engineering mindset. While it might be a little frustrating, it's more of a puzzle to be solved than any real source of aggravation.
Um, I think she'd offer anyway. Um, just yeah. She's gonna say over the to Cassie from the helm. I can give you some magical help when you're working on your on your projects there. Uh, if I've got enough juice left in the tank, just let me know and I can come give you a little magical helping hand.
Magical help? Are you talking about to helping guide me, perhaps?
Oh, the magical help you guide yourself. Yeah, I don't. I can help somewhat in what you're doing directly, but this is more of a increasing your arcanic abilities.
I think I'm doing well enough on my own. I am making progress. It's just slow progress.
Okay, out of character, she's saying she'll give you enhance abilities if you want. But it only
I will
does
keep your
last
offer in mind.
it does only last an hour. So sounds like Cassie is doing this like a lot. So just keep it in mind if you want a little extra help. Let me know.
Yes, certainly. Thank you. I appreciate the offer.
Give me just a second here.
And if Shay were watching, you Shay would see that Cassie is taking regular small breaks, mostly tinkering around with her um, wristband hollow emitter gadget.
All right. And just to clarify, I don't think you guys sold this off, and I don't think anyone claimed it, so I think this is just part of your loot table right now. You have a boomerang shield still, correct?
Yes, that's currently in Cassie's inventory.
And did anyone take the living gloves
Those are also in Cassie's inventory.
and the boots of the vigilant? Did someone take those?
That
Oh,
does
Kit
not
like
make
did. Kit like did.
Okay. If you want to move the boomerang shield and living gloves to ship inventory, you can as part of the ship's treasure. Um, Meanwhile, Kitlack, there are, other than the fishing net, technically it's called a net of fishing, very creative. Um, there are the other things to examine, including that strange branch, um, the display of the mask and the blade, a cane, something in a sealed ivory tube, and a belt. What would you like to examine?
Um, Kitlak's going to go for the most mundane of these things first. He's going to look at the belt.
Okay. Roll me an investigation or an arcana check.
Going to have to be Arcana, and he's going to guidance himself, which he can't do right now because it's doing the thing. That's a 13 total.
13 with an arcana check. It is definitely a magical belt. It's broad, it's leather. It has little twisting studs on the buckle.
Hmm.
You can definitely feel it is, like I said, it is magical. You're not sure how much value it is. It could just be an old belt that they decided was magical, or maybe it had significance to someone at some point. Um, the fact that it's intact and has very little wear is impressive. But roll me Kitlak's history real quick. Let's
All
see
right.
how well you remember or have noticed things in the past.
That is a 16. I'm assuming this one doesn't go with a guidance.
Um, this is just a cursory thing to see if you've noticed someone else wearing belts like this. You vaguely recall a trader once wearing something like this, so this might be a trader's belt of some sort.
Hmm.
So if you find the right trader, then yeah, this is probably worth something. I mean,
Mm.
it's a magical object. So it's worth at least the fact that it's a magical object.
Okay. Well, Kitlak's going to put that aside in the save pile. What else was there? There was, I believe, there was
Ivory
the
tube filled with
ivory tube.
something,
Yeah.
a chain, and then the display case with the sword and mask.
All right. Let's take a look at the tube. The tube's got to be something. Kitlak thinks it's either full of some sort of forbidden soda or it's. Oh, oh, come off it. All right.
Um,
What's the tube full of?
the tube is just a solid ivory tube. You can't find a way to open it. What the hell?
Kitlak is going to toss that in the trash pile.
I mean, it is
Um,
ivory. Ivory is worth something, but yeah.
he kind of looks at it and he just rolls it over into the keep pile. It is worth something. Kitlak is, I think, next going to. So is the display case with the mask and sword, and then the
Dang.
cane. He's gonna look at the cane next, and let's roll some guidance on that one.
Is this Arcana?
Yeah, it's Arcana. That's going to be 24.
24. Okay, with the 24, this is a, a magical device. You're not sure what the magic is. You're looking it over, you're looking it over. You you can't figure it out. But it has a gargoyle's head, and you think, based on uh, just your pirate's intuition, the shape of the mouth, the way it's designed, there is a trigger word, and that does something magical. You don't know what that trigger word is. It's impossible for you to know, but
Mm,
it's very mundane, but it's definitely powerful enough that if someone could figure out what that trigger word is or what the hell this cane does, um, yeah, might be worth a pretty platinum.
okay.
It's a
Definitely in the sell pile.
powerful cane of some sort.
Okay. Let me just add this to my treasure. Uh, belt
Guard
with it had like twisted studs.
on the buckle, yeah.
Okay. Um, some sort of
Solid,
ivory tube.
yeah, solid ivory tube, but quotation marks around solid.
Yeah, I'm gonna put solid question mark question mark. Um, let's
I'm not
see.
giving you the actual name of any of these items, just because that
No,
would
of
give up.
course not.
Um,
Is if Kitlak,
gargoyle head cane, magical
yeah,
cane.
is Kitlak going to like if he investigates the display case? Is that all one unit, one item, one roll, or is he gonna have to do that individually?
If you want to investigate the case, that's one rule. If you want to try and investigate the sword
Okay,
or
gotcha.
the mask, that is separate. However, um, it's obvious the sword at the least is obviously innately magical just from the materials it is. But if you want to know
Hmm.
what kind of magic or how valuable that is, you will have to remove them from the case.
All right, let's look at the case first because that screams could be trapped. Guidance. That is a 23.
23 Arcana.
Yes.
It's not trapped, but there are two spells on it. Now, you've been around Cassie long enough to know one of the spells is simply a sealing spell. It makes the case seem like it's seamless, like there's no way to open it.
Uh huh.
The other spell, um, you study it, you think on it, you lick the case just to be safe, and you think it's some sort of mm, you've tasted this before. This is when they needed to smuggle the good shit from people who could see from a distance. There might be
Hmm.
some anti-scrying on this thing, which means the
Fascinating.
case itself is actually probably worth quite a bit on its own.
Um. So it's not trapped. He can open it just fine.
Well,
Gotcha.
it looks seamless. You have to figure out how to open it.
Hmm.
That you might need an artificer for, or someone who knows magic glass.
Um.
Oh wait, you are an artificer,
No, he's not. People
novice.
keep people keep saying that about him, and he isn't.
You bought
Um.
artificer's tools, tinker's tools.
Tinker's
You
tools hold a different thing. Um. Gitlek is going to make a mental note to talk with Cassie about this at the earliest opportunity. And then he is going to kind of shelve that over to the side of the maybe pile and pick up all the other crap and bring it to wherever his quarters are and just kind of dump it there.
well, I am. Are you sleeping in the crew quarters, which none of the kobolds have really taken?
He'd try and find like one of the nodes over to the side, something that like one of those, and just situate himself in one of those guys.
Yeah, the one like Cassie is in, there is no door or hiding there. The ones,
Yeah,
however, in the wings, you can like hang a curtain there, and that's fine. There
Kitlak
aren't
is
any
not
doors.
expecting anyone to steal from him. If people steal from him, that is a problem, and he solves problems. So he's not really expecting it.
All right. Did anyone else on the crew want to examine these items at Kitlak's request, or anyone's request, or curiosity for that matter?
I mean, Kilak is taking his time to scoop them up, and he's certainly taking time examining them. People can easily come up while he is doing this and examine them.
Genevieve, you are in the room. Shay, you are busy, and Cassie, you can choose if you want to take a break and wander back or not. I guess Shay, you can too if you want.
Genevieve is currently dealing with a bottle on a ship. I did want to ask one thing before she
Shoot.
closes the lid on it. Uh,
Hmm.
does she remember when she's putting it in there? Would think like outside of the ship fitting in there perfectly, she would be concerned that if she takes the plants out for too long, that they would die essentially. Um, or like not be usable for what she needed them for. Was that a thing? I can't remember. It's been too long.
So
I remember there was
you
something
pause
about the
and you think
box.
back, and the message you remember the Minotaur. How can you forget the Minotaur? He was so annoying, but he provided good recommendations for food. Um, the important thing is, the bags remain closed after you use it so that they can remain fresh and replenish. The box needs to remain with you because it may be useful to provide additional things. And occasionally the seeds should leave the box when you get the intuition for it.
Okay. Then yeah, she would be busy just making sure that the box was sealed.
I mean,
With
you're in the
the
same room where Kitlak's examining everything, so like if you wanted to do that, and then you do that while he's visiting with Shay. So like after that, you've got time.
Okay. Then yeah, she would examine things.
What would you like to examine? Well, you have the branch. if you'd like to examine that as well.
Oh, yeah, I do have the branch. I would love to examine this branch. What is that? Nature or Arcana?
You your nature roll determined it was both a dead branch, but there was sparks of life still in it. So at this point, it would be Arcana.
Okay. Oop, I rolled. Ignore these. I accidentally clicked the button twice. I'm gonna re-roll.
Good roll.
Yeah, but I can't in good conscience use it. Okay, that's 12 plus 4, 16.
16. So, um, what's keeping this thing alive is as you examine it and carefully turn it over, you get a little zap on your hand, and you realize it's retaining lightning, and that lightning is acting almost like some sort of life keeper, which is kind of strange. It's a slow generation. I mean, it's a shock. It's a static shock. It's not too bad. Um, you've you've heard of trees that can take lightning hits. You've heard of trees that actually can use lightning. They tend to be magical and cursed, but you've never heard of one in the astral sea. Who's ever heard of one? This could be from a planet, or this could be from the astral sea. The fact that it survived floating in the astral sea for so long is a testament to its hardiness. You could learn a lot from finding this plant and studying it and learning how to make other plants last longer if you could
She
find its mother plant.
she has fancy uh, dinosaur poop soil. So she is going to find something, a pot or something that nobody is using, and she is going to plant the branch in the soil.
All right. Um. Okay. I'm going to make a note of that. All right. So, Kid Lack, while you're examining things, you make a note that Genevieve now has a little dead question mark stick branch in a pot.
Well, it's not the strangest thing I've seen her do.
What would you like to do? Would you like to examine anything else?
No, she's too busy at this point planting a branch in a pot of soil and seeing if she can care for it at this point.
All right. Um, Shay or Cassie, did you want to examine anything?
I think she would follow up, assuming someone else would have looked at the items. I think she would be curious, um, but I think she
Well,
would
if Kid is
assume.
moving them right here, like you would
Yeah,
see that. That's kind of obvious.
yeah. Kilek's not trying to be subtle. He has no reason to be. He's leaving the case, the display case, where it is, though.
Yeah, I think she might take a break and go down. And, so what do we get?
Bunch of weird stuff. Kilek says, "You want to look?"
Yeah.
There's also a display case with like a mask and a sword in it. I left that in the cargo hold because I don't know what it is, and I want Cassie to look at it before I start touching on it.
Oh, that thing
Uh,
was sealed really well, and probably for a good reason.
yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking too, which is why I want Cassie to look at it. We got this. Kilek's going to toss the cane with the gargoyle head over to Shay.
That's interesting.
Shay, roll me your history with disadvantage real quick.
She will use her third of four restore balances. Oh my
Oh my
goodness, these
god!
rolls
Come
tonight, man.
on! Come on.
I'd say use a different roller, but you've all been using different rollers.
Yep,
She's got one more lucky. Might as well.
might as well, right? Literally can't be worse. Oh,
16.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Here's an important thing. John said roll with disadvantage on that first roll. So if you're using lucky, you get to choose the roll out of 3 dice, not two, because it says you roll another d20 and then
He
choose the
negated the
die.
disadvantage. He removed disadvantage.
Oh, I
That's what his
missed that.
ability does. Yeah.
Got you, got you, got you. Okay, cool.
With the 16, though, you are going to get something that Kitlak wouldn't. This is a cane from Kryn space. This is something that a Kender made once upon a time.
This looks like Kender make.
You want it?
Ah, yeah, it's not my style really, but historical. Sure, you don't come across Kender made stuff all the time,
Oh,
especially
certainly
like
not.
this.
Yes. If you could find out anything more about it, please let me know, if, for no other reason than idle curiosity.
It's kind of like my owl friend that's perched on top of well, the helm.
It should be
You,
noted that the cane comes up to about your chin.
Mhm.
it's a really impractical Kender cane. Um, I
Oh, it
feel
was
like,
it was made by a Kender, or at least in Kryn space, but it wasn't
hmm,
made for a Kender, so to speak.
right. I feel like if we showed these things to the owl, the spowl, or more importantly to Shundo, we might actually learn something from them. But why don't you take a gander at the other stuff first? Kilek is going to hold out the belt.
Okay, are you testing me? Haven't you already looked at all this stuff?
Oh yeah, but like I only know so much. I just know enough to know whether it's worth selling or not, and these are the three that I've grabbed that are worth selling.
You must need an archaeologist. Yeah,
Or
I'll take a
something.
peek.
Arcana, I'm guessing, is what you want to roll again.
Just double check, make sure I don't have anything for this. I don't have an identify, but okay. Show it Arcana. 15.
You get a little more than Kitlak did. You know that the studs, if you move them correctly, probably cause a magical effect. You need to know how to move them and what positions. But yeah, beyond that, you don't know what the magic is or what it does. But roll me your history as well. Actually, no, you would not have run into them. Never mind.
You should try and fiddle with some of the studs. I bet if you could move these studs in a certain way, you could get a effect out of this.
I'm gonna have you make a. What's your spellcasting ability?
Kitlek will hand over the belt fully to Shay and let her, check it out.
+4
Is it in Wiz or Charisma?
charisma.
Charisma. Um, just roll me a spellcasting roll. Add your spellcasting modifier on a d20. Let's see how lucky you are, or unlucky.
What in the world?
That is 3 1s. Is that three
Yeah,
ones in a row,
you got
basically?
another
Yeah.
lucky, right?
Um.
No, I used two already. You only
Um.
get
Shit.
two in 2024.
Correct. Right. So, give me 1 second here.
I'm sorry for what's about to happen.
You and Kitlak, why does that always take forever? There you go. You and Kitlak and everything within a 15-foot radius of you are suddenly in magical darkness.
Hey, who turned out the lights?
Oh, what did I do?
It's the Vashta Narada! They found me! No, Kilak would not make a Doctor Who reference unprompted.
I was going to say, those are now going to be here somewhere on the ship. Um,
Gotta
Kitlak,
find a nice forest for him.
important. What do you mean? The ship is made of wood. This is their forest.
Oh,
Anyways,
God.
Kitlak, what did you do with that one gold coin that was just unmarked? It was just literally a round disc of gold.
Tossed it in his inventory. It's inside the bag of holding.
Okay,
Inside him.
good to know. Good to know. I wonder what happens if a bag of holding breaks while it's inside a person. Research for another day. Anyways, yeah, you are in magical darkness in a 15-foot radius.
Cool. How do we make this not happen?
Uh, she gonna try to unfiddle this thing.
Whatever you did, do the opposite, please.
You can no longer see the 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 studs, and that was a nat one. So I'm going to have you make another luck roll with disadvantage, and add your spellcasting modifier.
She will, for the last time today, bend the universe to her will so that it is a straight roll. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Creature I can see. I can't see myself right now.
Nope.
That's awesome. 10?
Nope, nope. You can't figure it out. In fact, you've lost the position of the studs as you're holding the belt. You don't set off anything else, but you don't turn it off either.
Fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it.
Um,
Right as Kidlack finishes saying
does
that, 30
she?
seconds have passed, and the darkness just blinks out.
Great job, Shay.
Yeah, that was. Ooh, that's quite a belt. A belt of can't see nothing.
Yes, yes, the belt of can't see none. I like that. That's how we'll sell it. I mean, I guess if you want to blind yourself, there's no better way to do it, right? Maybe the other knobs do something.
Well, it seems mm, a
I
bit
would.
testy. I wouldn't want to, be sitting at the helm and accidentally set it off, and well, I guess it wouldn't affect
Let's.
me. Can she
You,
see when she's got the helm still on, the helmet still on? Can she see through the ship? Could she have seen through the ship while the magical darkness was
You could have seen everything
going?
except within the magical darkness. You would have seen a bubble of magical darkness where you were. If you'd looked at that specific part of the ship, you would have seen darkness.
Yeah.
You do see, because I'm assuming you left the door open to the uh, bridge, that shortly after the darkness ends, the space owl's feathers all ruffle up and they shake and let out a whoo, whoo.
I can't
Eyes where? Whoo,
I can't think of a
whoo.
specific use for this, but we don't need to sell everything. Some of the stuff we could use to help us.
Yes, I'm sure the belt of don't see good would make for a fine practical joke. I'm starting to see the need for an R&D department
See, now
here.
you're thinking practical jokes. That's what we need on this show.
Uh,
Irlek, would you like to be the one to tell him practical jokes with kobolds involve lots of traps?
yeah, I'm starting to regret the last 5 seconds of my dialogue. You need to understand, practical jokes with kobolds involve trapdoors into the astral sea, and I don't really want that to be a thing.
Don't forget darts in the wall. Poison
Darts in
tip.
the wall. We got the swinging blade traps. We got the ones where, oh, look, I put your lunch in this devil's mouth, the thing that I installed on the wall. Ha ha! Now you don't have an arm. Practical.
I see your point. Well, are we planning on selling most of this stuff? If we can find someone
Probably.
to sell it to.
Honestly, I'm starting to see the wisdom of just handing all this stuff to Cassie and being like, hey, Cassie, you know things.
That's true.
Inspiration, Cassie. There is still the ivory tube.
Oh yeah, and I got this
Oh,
weird non-magical tube that's just solid ivory. Kilek's gonna chuck that over because he thinks it's just ivory and it's not
You
any
can roll
risk.
investigation on this one if you want, Shay.
I'm scared now. I sure. That is a 12.
Better than I got.
Well, you figure out you can open up to see what's in the tube. It's not a solid thing like Gitlat supposed.
Is
You
it
can open it
made?
if you want to.
Is it made? This is a tube that's been crafted from ivory.
Oh yeah,
I'm waiting.
absolutely.
I'm waiting for this to be like a bespoke Pringles can or something.
Not like a space mammoth
I
that it
mean,
came
it is
from.
now.
Come on, pizza flavor. Come on, pizza flavor.
How long is it?
It's about your height.
Ooh, I bet I can make an us-sized Bez dispenser out of this.
But do you open it?
Oh, is there an obvious lid?
Yeah, you can find the opening. Kitlak couldn't.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. She'll. Before she does, she'll say, I should I open the lid?
There's a lid.
Oh yeah, do you see the well, the hinges are well crafted. It's tough to see, but
It's
they're
a
right
Oh
screw.
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. If you found something, by all means, please.
Yeah, it takes you a minute, but it's a screw lid. It'll take like 2 or 3 twists, and you'll pop it off. Which sounds crude for something that is crafted out of ivory.
Actually, it sounds really elegant. Yeah, like does the seam just kind of disappear when it gets screwed
Yes,
down?
exactly.
That's yeah.
Oh, I heard there were these things that they might be full of what do you call them? Toasted potato flakes. I'm truly hoping they are the pizza flavor.
No, Flingles?
Yes, flingles, you've heard of them. I thought it was an old sailor's tale.
Well, they keep well on the ship, so yeah. No, we had some Flingles.
You had flingles? Where did you
Well, not a
acquire this
lot of
treasure?
them.
Oh, of course, they're too valuable.
Oh, on the planet of Alindra, there was a wandering uh,
A
trader.
wandering flingle merchant.
Well,
Kid like strokes his chin a little bit,
yes.
thinking to himself, I must find this flingle merchant. Well, that is just one quest that we must undertake.
Should we create a priority list of quests?
It's coming to that, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Do
All right.
potato chips go at the front or middle?
Definitely the
Top three.
friddle. Yeah, top three.
So
So after you open it,
now that she has practical jokes on her mind, she is going to open it carefully and not like put her head over it, just in case you know uh, stuff is going to pop out of it.
right? You
She
open it,
opens it.
and both you and Kitlak can actually make an Arcana check as soon as it's opened.
I will also take sour cream and onion.
15. Wow. Wow.
Wow!
Please.
Oh, that is cursed. That is.
This
This is
Kitlack
a
is
cursed
fully.
object.
He has no idea what to make of this thing.
What
Oh
did you get, Shay?
no. It's got
15.
to be the cheddar cheese flavor.
Sorry, what'd you say, Shay?
15.
15. There is you get you screw it open. It's kind of heavy, but you set it down, and there is just a release of like illusionary magic. You felt this before. This is a timed magic. Um, you use this, and then you have to put it back, whatever it is. But there is something in there.
She gonna peek in.
That is a very carefully thick rolled up. Um, is that a sailor's flag?
If she knows it might there might be illusionary magic, she's gonna reach in and grab it just to see it because it might look like that, but it might not actually be that.
It you pull it out very carefully. It is rolled up. It is thick. It is woven. You can feel the magic that's woven in there. Um, and okay, this case makes a little more sense. This probably the case once you use this probably it has probably has to be returned and sealed again to keep it refreshed, or it'll lose whatever magical ability it is. It is yes, it is a what do you call the flags at the top of the mast that are identifying? I forget, Tyler.
The flags at the top of the mast that are
Like the pirate's
identifying.
flag is a
Oh, I don't know. Just the colors is
the
what
queen's
comes to
flag is
me.
called
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you call that? There's a name for it. One second.
Yes, and I'm blanking.
It's like a. It's not like a pennant flag. That's a different thing.
Yeah,
Is it the One Piece flag?
no.
Oh,
Um, it is black. It is a pure black cloth.
A burgee is a flag that identifies the organization you are from.
It looks like a Burgee flag of magical black cloth that's rolled up.
that we could make it look like whatever we want it to.
Well, you would have to unroll it first to look at it.
Yeah, sure.
There is, uh, it looks like an ivory thread outline of a dragon. Not just,
What?
yeah.
What do you
Uh,
make of that, Kitlak?
A ivory outline of a dragon.
Basically, it's a
Um,
black cloth with ivory thread that provides that has been sewn in the center to identify it as a basically looks like a dragon silhouette.
Kitlak is going to roll history on that, perhaps.
Okay,
What's the illusionary part of all this?
you don't know. You can tell that it's woven into it.
God damn. I mean, he's going to use guidance as well, but fucking okay. All right. Okay. I see where you're going with this. Gets a hot 7 on that one.
You are unfamiliar with any organization that uses this particular flag. There are plenty of dragon flags out there that are identifying flags, but they're all usually identified with a specific type of dragon, or there's usually more symbolism. This seems very both elegant but simple. Too simple
Feel
to actually belong to a dragon or even a kobold organization for that matter.
feel like if I ran this by Zaldi, he'd probably know. Doesn't appear to be cobalt make as far as I can tell, which is was my first instinct. Kilek kind of scratches his chin. Don't know. Don't know. Wish I could say more.
There's some illusionary magic here. I'm not sure what to make of that, and I don't know what part of it is being illused.
Hmm.
Um,
Interesting.
but it seems like you need to keep it in the case, so she'll roll it back up and hand the tube back to Kid.
Yes, I'll take this one. Do you think you could run the other two items down to Cassie and tell her that we are not smart enough to understand what they are?
Yeah, I can do that. I wanted to check on Cassie anyway.
Right on, Kidlak says, and he's going to um, just kind of look at the flag and, you know what? This would be a nice wall decoration until I figure it out. Kidlak is going to find some way to affix it to the wall.
Okay. So you're ignoring the hole it needs to be put back into the tube thing, or else it won't work anymore. Okay.
Okay, no, yeah, he'd put it back into the tube. Um, let's see, with okay, he'll put it back into the tube and then shove it under whatever passes for a bed in here.
I think you probably have a hammock.
Yep, he'll put it under the hammock.
That just leaves the display case. But it sounds like Cassie, did you want to take a gander at those two items?
And do tell Cassie about the
Yeah,
display case as well.
yeah.
May
If they finally go talk with her about it.
maybe she could use a break and come back up here and give us a hand. I'll go see if that works for her.
It's not mission critical. We've got plenty of time. Killa kind of waves a hand, but
But
thank you very much.
but this is why we're out here: adventure, finding
Oh,
stuff, figuring it
yes.
out,
The weirdness, yes,
the
indeed.
weirdness. Yeah.
And the treasure, the weird treasure. I'm glad we see eye to eye on that one. The weirder the better, Kitlek says, nodding sagely.
And she will uh, skip on out to Cassie's.
Cassie, Tessa has joined you, and so when do we get to take apart the big ship?
No, I don't know what our plans are for that just yet. I think they're going to be trying to sell it.
Oh, boo.
Yeah, we can't take
Could have added
it.
a whole other deck, or maybe doubled the wings.
It's intriguing. I will bring that under. I don't think that's the plan for it.
Cassie, I hate to tell you, I mean, I understood that, but you are cutting in and out a lot.
Well, hopefully it fixes itself. Sorry.
So still hammering away at that there helm, huh?
Yeah, it's taken a while to figure out what's going on. It's almost a puzzle. Um, I'm making steady progress, though.
Any progress is good progress.
Exactly, you know how it works.
I do. I heard we got a haul. Got a good haul from this ship? And fish. Love me some fried fish, although Zaldi seems to be drunk cooking, so I have one of the wee little ones with a fire extinguisher right next door, just in case. And by fire extinguisher, I mean pail of water.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Um, yeah, as for the items that we got, I really don't know what the haul is. I have not had a chance to take a look at it.
Shay, that is the perfect opening opportunity for you. Do you want to make a quip?
Yeah, don't throw water on a grease fire. I learned that one the hard way. As I usually
Oh,
learn.
that's a good point.
I was out in the hall and heard you talking about the hall. I have part of the hall here. Um, Kitlek and I weren't able to make too much headway, and we thought of you because you know things.
That I do. Are you asking for my assistance then?
Yes, please, if you don't mind taking a break, we've got some more stuff up in Kitlek's quarters. That the sealed case is stumping us a bit, and we'd kind of like your help on that because it seems pretty important because it's sealing away whatever's everything's inside it. So,
Oh, certainly.
and
I,
if
I think
but
I
I
can
figured out this
pull that
belt. Look,
off.
she's gonna flip the belt on.
Yes, it's a belt. They tend to hold your pants up. That I hope that was not a mystery to you.
No, look what the studs do.
Oh, that looks familiar.
Does it not turn
Ah,
on? Is there charges or something?
no, it doesn't do anything. Huh, maybe it's just a look-alike? It doesn't actually do anything,
Oh,
right?
it did. It did. It blacked everything out.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, and that
She's
was
gonna she's
by
gonna
the
she's gonna
studs.
shake it. It's not. Hmm. See, this is why we need Cassie.
Yeah, this was on the other ship.
About yes, and this cane with a gargoyle. It's made by Kenders.
Eh, I mean, on artisan ship, but there's a cane. The belt, though, Cassie, why don't you take a look just to make sure it ain't a replica for me?
Yes, of course.
We'll hand the belt over to Cassie.
Investigation, Arcana, or
Yeah.
Identify? Because I feel like Cassie might actually have Identify. Or Artifice's tools.
Believe it or not, Cassie does not have identify.
Really?
Um, yeah, I didn't take it for whatever reason. Would have made sense to. Um, yeah,
Screw it.
so
She's
I
gonna.
guess
She'll give her enhanced ability for intelligence checks.
yeah, so I can do either Arcana or you said Tinker's Tools.
Yep.
Tinker's Tools makes the most sense. They're both the same pluses to them anyway. Jeez.
I get advantage because I gave you
That's
enhanced
nine
ability.
plus. Oh, that's what it does? Okay. I thought it was like a plus to it. All right, that's better. That's 15.
15. Okay, examining it. You figure out that yes, there are magical or the studs aren't magical, rather, they set off magic. You have a feeling that whatever shaded earlier, it's caused a recharge effect, so no magic will, pardon me, occur currently. But yes, this is a genuine magical belt that if it caused darkness, if you switch it that way, that probably causes light. And there's definitely another magical ability here, but you don't know what it is or how to activate it. And actually, maybe two. There might be two magical abilities still left undiscovered here.
think to be a utility belt of some sort. And it sounds like you already discovered one of the effects. You said it was darkness, correct?
Yes, it lasts. How long it lasts? Like 90 seconds?
Um, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Yeah, it was about 30 seconds worth of darkness, and then we just stop.
Yes, I believe it needs to recharge. Uh, I believe it can do the opposite and create light. And there might be one or two other abilities it has, but I can't quite tell. I haven't seen one of these before. This is just what I can infer from the design.
Roll me your history with disadvantage. Although enhanceability was to int, right,
The
Goldwyn?
int. Yep.
Oh, so it is just a straight roll then.
Oh, yeah, that would be a straight roll, and that's probably for the best.
Wow, you guys. I think that's like a sixth or seventh one.
There we go.
You say you've never seen this one, and then something in your mind just snaps immediately to attention. You have seen someone talking with your boss who wears one of these. Um, and you realize this is a Mercane's belt. The Mercane are some of the oldest, most powerful traders in all of the multiverse. Their belts are not for sale. They're people who are not Mercane must be granted these. If they are stolen, the Mercane have ways to track them if they're activated inadvertently. Some have said eyes fall upon people who have belts that haven't earned them. Um, you don't know if this one's stolen or not, but yeah, this is a species-specific belt, and they are very possessive of who owns it. Congratulations, that 20 finally came through tonight.
Wait a second. Well, I've got good news and bad news. Let's go with the good news first. The good news is that this is a very valuable belt. Um, called a Mercane belt. Sorry about that. The cheese brain, you know. Um, the bad news is if this was stolen instead of gifted to somebody or purchased, I suppose, it can be tracked and the owners will want it back.
Is this where the word mercantile comes from?
It looked like that, and I was really hoping it was a replica, but damn. You sure the rest ain't contraband?
Do we know where the Mercane are?
Look for any port. Period.
Well,
Yes,
they can't expect.
I
They
would
can't
highly
expect us.
suggest putting this in. I would highly suggest putting this in a bag of holding, and hopefully that'll get us off their radar. If it was stolen, we definitely don't want to be tracked by them.
That's true, but also, I mean, we can't be expected to know where the owner of this specific belt is. We could hold on to it in a bag of holding, like you said. That sounds like good. It's just sensible.
If we
But
return it with goodwill and explain where we
goodwill,
found
yeah.
it, we
Diplomatic
might get a little
bargaining chip.
reward.
Yeah,
Yeah, and not having them pissed off, the most powerful trading syndicate in the entire multiverse. Yeah, definitely don't want that. Might have to jump ship if that's the case, because oh boy,
yeah. Yeah. Does Cassie have a bag of holding?
I believe they do.
Yes, Cassie does have a bag of holding.
Well, definitely want to tell Kitlak about it, but if you want to hold on to this, unless you want Kitlak to hold on to it, um, in your bag of holding,
Yes, the sooner it's put in the bag of holding, the better. I will take care of that. Do let Kit Black know about it, though.
Sure, sure.
Well, you've identified one other one and found someone who would definitely be interested in taking it. Meanwhile, the ship flies on, and we will see what happens next time. Thank you for joining us. I believe we're all here next week. Is that right?
Sounds about right.
Should be.
Hmm.
Yeah, should be.
All right. We'll find out if planting that branch was any good, if hiding that bottle was any good, and if the eyes the owl felt for a second were any good. Thanks for joining us. Have a good weekend.
They better
Week.
pay. They better
Yep.
pay
Thank you.
Genevieve a good price for that bottle.
One can only hope.
Thank you.